Alright, the last top of the video, right? Yeah, I'll say this famous last words on the subject of ethics, meaning of life, value. There's no, it's already been said, it's been done. He either agrees or disagrees, the end. There's nothing else to argue here. I've already argued, I've already answered all his questions. He's just a lying, word game playing asshole. And that's all it is. I mean, he's resorting now to talking about somehow words are vague and ununderstandable, or they don't mean anything, they have no solidity because people speak French and people speak German. And we know in the most cases, 95% of cases, most of their conceptual words have exactly the same meaning. It's just the word spelled differently. Concept is the same. And that's it. It's not catastrophic in any way. If Darwin had written The Ascent of Man in German, the English version would probably be pretty much the same as it is now. Not complicated to translate. So I mean, he's resorting to just nonsense. We should care how long the word is or what letters or the word is made out of, because now it doesn't represent a concept. It represents some vague, ambiguous, amorphous bullshit. This is idiotic. Now that we're thousands of years into doing translations, he's complaining about translations and how this breaks language and this breaks communication. Ironically, me and him are both speaking English, so why is there a problem? The fact that he says aluminium and I say aluminum, that's a problem? We don't know what aluminum is? I think we do. Twat and twat? Who cares? I know what one is. Yeah, I can still identify it and point at it. Fuckhead. Alright, so anyway, this is a gross lie here where it says, again, I didn't answer a question of his. I answered your fucking question. In writing, I answered it. Liar. I pointed to it in writing. I'll do it again. I'll point to it in writing. Liar. Alright, anyway. Let's just play some of this.
Is this relation of difference?
Okay, so the relation of difference. So say right here. Conscious experience have a qualitative value element. Stated. That's what they do. The feelings have the value. It's in them. It's part of them. I've said you have to experience them to know it, because as soon as you experience it, you'll know it. The ought is the feeling. The feeling makes the ought apparent. You can't avoid the ought once you've had the feeling. If I torture something, if something's just sitting there, I give a pencil consciousness and then I proceed to torture it, it's going to know the ought right away. It's going to figure that out right away. Hey, this ought not to be happening. I ought to stop him from doing that. I ought to. All those oughts are going to pop right into the little pencil's goddamn head. No problem. He's going to know it's bad intrinsically. Okay. The qualitative element can be improved or degraded. There is a cavern of value difference between the best feeling and the worst feeling. There, done. The cavern of value difference. It's right there, the word. And this is the game he's going to play. I mean, I showed this page. I read these statements. The question has been answered. I've said you have to have a feeling to know the ought. I can't explain the ought. I can't say, hey, feelings really suck and you have to fix them, to something that's never had one, because it's going to say, why? What are you talking about? What is this thing you're talking about? I can't see it. That's right, because you can't see it till you felt it. It's that simple.
An art. I've in the past given examples of,
Yeah. There it goes. Here we go. In the past, I have given examples totally irrelevant to the conversation. I've told you they're totally irrelevant. I can't say it. I've used the word quality and I've used the word value. Where in this example are you going to deal with those aspects? There's a quality difference to our sensations. Quality. I mean, fuck you, you cunt. There is a cavern of value difference. qualitative value. The two words I have connected, and I've stated there's no way to make any disconnection. I am consciously alive. I have the feelings. You can't tell me it is not a fair interpretation to say the feelings have qualitative reality. I can experience it, shithead. Now, you want to claim you have a different experience? Fine. But that's not your claim. You're just talking shit.
Stapler and camera. The cavern of difference between them.
Okay, there he goes. So is that what I was talking about? Was I talking about irrelevant, meaningless differences? Or was I talking about the very subject, which is the nature of value and ethics, and the fact that there's a qualitative and a value difference? And the value difference comes down to the words good and bad. We have good feelings, we have bad feelings, we have positive feelings, we have negative feelings. These are fair, descriptive words to describe the experience of consciousness. I think 99% of conscious beings that can speak a language of any kind would say it is fair to say that yes, this is what experience is. Experiences are good and bad.
But that doesn't give rise to an art.
Okay, so this isn't a word game? This isn't a fucking preposterously insulting pile of shit to sit there and say this after all these videos? To sit there and hold up a camera and a stapler and tell me that's the difference between torture and ecstasy? Concentration camps and buffet tables?
So, please explain this.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. You despicable pile of shit. I've done the explaining. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you don't know what it is to be conscious, you obviously don't know what it is to be conscious, okay? If I have to explain torture, come on, in your box. If I have to explain torture, we're not going to have a conversation. Fuck you. Get what you deserve. Yeah, just fuck you. Fuck you. You despicable piece of shit. Alright, let's just go back. So today he makes another video in his, whatever this suit is. I don't know what this, I guess he's going to a costume, a Halloween party or something. You know, and this is where he starts talking about language and circularity. That somehow it's circular to talk about the fact that, yes, there's feelings that are bad, and then there's feelings that are really bad, and then there's really, really bad. And somehow this is all self-justifying. Well, that's the nature of them. That's what they're actually there for. The feelings you feel exist because they create an ought. That's their very function as something that happens that we call our perceptual space, okay? This consciousness thing. The very function of it is to create ought. That's why we have feelings, is to create ought. And the fact that they do it very well just is an indication that yes, even nature, given hundreds of billions of, well, hundreds of millions of years, can get something right. And it made a very good ought engine. It's highly effective as an ought engine. Asshole. You want to call that circular? I call it intrinsic. Now, the fact that intrinsic things will look like circular things isn't my fault. But the fact is, things that are the most solidly grounded, conceptual words that have at their base something that can't be reduced may appear to idiots as if they have a circular defense, but they in fact have a defense in fundamental reality. And the fundamental reality is that a bad feeling is an ought feeling.
But how is that different from a religious person saying
Right. So clearly there's nothing obvious about God. There's nothing obvious about the God theory. It doesn't make any sense to me ever in the existence of my whole entire interaction with it. It never made any sense. The connection between horrible sensations and the ought to get rid of them has always seemed incredibly intuitive and sensible. So again, this isn't even coherent to anything somebody could possibly say is, oh yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a religious theory that torture sucks. This is how desperate this fucker is to evade reality.
There must be a creator. Everything needs a beginning and a creator. Or
So what, like I said, just for this rhetoric alone, this despicable implication that somehow the theory that there are bad things experienced by consciousnesses, they have bad sensations. He's insulting every victim. He's insulting his mother's pain. Why don't you tell your mother that she has a religious theory about not feeling well? Why don't you tell her? Shove your fucking God delusion, bitch. Quit bitching about how you feel, bitch. It's a delusion. It's bullshit. It's a lie. Go call your mother a liar, fucker.
you know, somebody religious who says they have a religious experience.
Oh, fuck. I'm just not gonna play this. Fuck it. No. Goodbye. Goodbye, asshole. Okay? Yeah, I wish you nothing but fucking goddamn. No luck at all. Yeah, I have no luck at all, fucker. Fuck you.